49ers opened their 2021 preseason with a 19-16 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs on Saturday night at Levi's Stadium. Let's take a look at the answers to the 5 burning questions that I asked on Saturday morning. Number 1. How will the revamped offensive line perform? It needs work. So much for getting a chance to see the changes to this unit. Alex Mack and Trent Williams were both held out. This meant that Jake Brendel and rookie Jalen Moore would get the start at center and left tackle respectively. The Kansas City defense would get to Trey Lance 4 times on the night for a total of 31 yards. Daniel Brunskill would surrender the first sack of the night to Chris Jones. Brunskill's replacement, Aaron Banks, didn't fare much better, getting beat quickly to the outside for a sack in the second quarter. Rookie left tackle Jalen Moore would struggle a bit as the game went on, surrendering a sack on a 3rd and 10 play during the 49ers' penultimate possession of the first half. Chiefs defensive end Tim Ward would use his speed to get around the rookie and take down Lance. Number 2. How is the third wide receiver position shaking out? Trent Sherfield shined. Mohamed Sanu has been the frontrunner for the third wide receiver position during training camp, but he was held out for the game, as was Jalen Hurd. Trent Sherfield made the most of the opportunity, taking a deep throw from Trey Lance into the end zone for an 80-yard touchdown. Richie James didn't help his cause. Facing 3rd and 8, Lance hit the receiver in the hands for a first down along the right sideline, but the veteran could not hang on. James would be targeted on the ensuing possession while running over the middle, but this time the throw from Lance would be off the mark. River Craycraft would be targeted 4 times, but gained only 7 yards with his 2 receptions. Number 3. Is the defensive line as good as advertised? Yes. While Nick Bosa, D. Ford, Eric Armstead, D.J. Jones, and Samson Ebukam were held out, starting in their place were Jordan Willis and Zach Kerr, along with Kevin Givens and Arden Key. Of that starting group, Key had the most productive night with 4 tackles, while Kevin Givens and Jordan Willis did a good job of pressuring Chad Henne to force an incompletion early in the second quarter. The defensive line definitely did a good job of putting pressure on the quarterback, finishing the game with 4 sacks and 7 quarterback hits. Pressure from the defensive line was responsible for forcing the lone Chiefs turnover when they forced Chad Henne to get rid of the ball earlier than he wanted to. The resulting poor throw bounced off the hands of the receiver, and Diamondor Lenore was there for the interception. Number 4. Can the secondary depth hold up? Yes. Jimmy Ward, Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, and K'Wan Williams did not play, which provided a lot of action for the backups. The rookies in the secondary all stood out. Ambry Thomas and Diamondor Lenore showed their prowess in man coverage. While the duo would give up some catches, they were able to keep everything in front of them and limited Kansas City to only 121 yards passing while they were on the field. Meanwhile, backup safeties Jaron Maiden and Talanoa Hufanga would play well. Maiden finished the night with 5 tackles, and Hufanga with 4. Number 5. What will the running back rotation be? That's still unknown. Raheem Mostert was held out, as was Elijah Mitchell. We'll get to him a little bit later. That meant that Trey Sermon would get the bulk of the carries, but he would muster only 26 yards on his 9 attempts, with a long of 5 yards. The highlight for Sermon was a 3-play stretch that saw him carry the ball on each play for a total of 12 yards. Free agent acquisition Wayne Gallman would spell Sermon and gain 21 yards on 6 carries. Meanwhile, second-year back Jamal Hasty had some impressive runs along the way to gaining 63 yards on 10 carries, but as has been the case with Hasty last year, he once again put the ball on the ground, losing a fumble in Kansas City territory to end a promising drive early in the 4th quarter. Elijah Mitchell did not play. Kyle Shanahan mentioned that he will be out for a couple of weeks due to an abductor strain. As for the bonus question about how the quarterback competition is going, it's still alive and well. Jimmy Garoppolo started the game and would go 3 for 3 for 26 yards. Garoppolo's pass attempts would consist of a short throw in the left flat to Deebo Samuel for 13 yards, 9 of which would come after a reception, and completions in the flat to Josh Hockett and Trey Sermon, the last coming while facing 3rd and 15. On that throw to Sermon, Garoppolo didn't even try to throw it back to pass the sticks, instead just checking it down like he usually does. After Garoppolo took the first series, Lance came on and played into the 3rd quarter. Kyle Shanahan didn't take it easy on the rookie, calling for a shot play on first down, his first play in the NFL. After taking the snap from under center, Lance executed a play fake and dropped deep. Pressure would flush Lance out to his right, and the rookie would throw a strike to Brandon Ayuk that the second-year receiver would drop. The possession would then end with a sack on 2nd down. On the first play of the next possession, Lance would show fans his arm strength. Lance would roll to his left after faking the handoff, and launch a deep throw that hit Trent Sherfield in stride, and the receiver would take it the rest of the way for an 80-yard touchdown. While Lance's performance was far from perfect, 3 of his passes were dropped and 2 of the completions were actually ruled as runs. Josh Rosen came on for the second possession of the third quarter. After leading the offense down to the Kansas City 19-yard line, Rosen would be intercepted on a pass intended for Travis Benjamin. Rosen would finish the game, completing 10 of his 15 pass attempts and leading the offense to a scoring drive to put the Friars ahead 16-13 late in the fourth quarter. Nate Sudfeld did not play this week. Expect him to finish off the game next week in San Diego.